I get in enough trouble with my wife making her look short. Hey, sky, eh?
It's
Isn't
beautiful.
it beautiful? Yeah.
Just absolutely beautiful.
There's two things that micromanagers believe. The first one is that it's bad to micromanage. The second one is that they don't do it.
They're not doing it.
Isn't it true?
It's true.
We're really talking about an awareness thing, aren't we?
Yeah.
And so have you ever been micromanaged?
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Remember way back when I was first starting in the ministry, we were planting. Actually, it was a student center we were planting. It wasn't a church; it was a student center. And a guy who was a great guy, mentored me for years. You know, I still really have a high respect for the guy. But every assignment he would give me, he would come back and do it over because he didn't like the way I did it. It just drove me nuts. You know, it's like it takes all the motivation out. You don't want to do anything when somebody is correcting every single thing you do. So I determined in my heart I just wouldn't do that. You know, as a leader.
I think that's a key too, right? That at some point we have to determine in our hearts, because it seems to me like it's just too easy to micromanage stuff and not know you're doing it. And so it seems like the actual issue is more self-awareness,
Yeah,
than it is understanding or believing it's bad or whatever, right?
yeah.
And I know we all hate to be micromanaged, and so I have to ask, like, am I micromanaging?
Yeah,
Right?
but I think the other thing is this: you actually believe that you can do it better, and you probably can.
Oh yeah, you probably can.
Yeah, but you've got to empower people, or you're shooting yourself in the foot. You know.
Well, yeah, that's
So
right.
somebody gave you a chance,
That's right.
and somebody gave you a leash so that you could accomplish things. If you don't do that for others, you're just crushing
Yeah,
crushing ministry.
yeah. Well, my dad taught me if you want to get something done right, you got to do it yourself.
That's what they say. Yeah.
And a lot of people believe that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of believers believe that. In fact, I would say that leaders that are micromanagers believe that they're actually giving leadership,
Right.
right? And they call it, well, I'm just leading, right? Somebody's got to give leadership.
Yeah, they don't understand they're actually crushing
Right.
leadership.
Yeah. Disenfranchising. Right.
No, nobody wants to work under a micromanager.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And at least anybody that's got anything that they can really become
sure.
something, you know.
For sure. And that's the thing. The micromanaging doesn't allow you an opportunity to become anything.
No.
And so, I don't know. I think that to sort it out, there's like some questions that you can kind of ask yourself, kind of to bring that awareness, right? Like, and maybe the first one is, do I ever allow people to make mistakes, or how much room do I leave for people to make mistakes?
Yeah.
Right? As if you're never, you're trying to cover all the bases so nobody ever makes a mistake.
Yeah. But you made plenty of mistakes and learned from them and improved.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's so hard to let the other guy do it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. Like, that's the thing. Are you allowing people to make mistakes? And another question I think it's good to ask is, are we trying to determine how they do something?
Yeah.
Right? Or are we just asking them to do something and committing it to them and letting them do it the way they want to do it?
You've got to trust some people, right? It involves trust.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do it the way that you would do it.
They're not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And so that's a good question. Like, is the how that important?
Yeah.
And then another good question is, which is more important, the end result or the person that you're developing and mentoring? There's quite a bit of bugs, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man, they must be duck bugs or goose bugs or something. What they're doing?
Yeah. Ran right into them. Here's another bunch.
Swarms. They don't bite though. So yeah, that's the thing. We're leading to develop people, not to get projects done.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's really, really important. When we're dead and gone, the number of projects completed aren't going to be remembered.
No.
But what we're passing on is the things that we invest in other people, the things.
That's right. Our legacy is people, not buildings, not projects,
That's
not
so true.
Organizations.
Yeah.
Our legacy is really people.
Absolutely.
And it's the people that you've empowered.
Yeah.
For me, that's all leadership is about. It's about empowering others. And if you're not empowering others, what are you doing?
And This one really hit a nerve. This next question. We did actually Micah preached on it at the Young Lions,
Okay.
and that is, are you spying?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that hit such a nerve, but I think a lot of people have experienced that.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
like I give you a job, then I'm kind of sneaking around,
Yeah.
see how you're doing it.
Or assigning somebody else to go and check it out.
That's right.
That's what you usually do. You
Send a
assign
spy.
Send a spy and come back and
Oh,
report
man.
to me. Yeah.
That is so disenfranchising. I mean, it's happened to me a number of times, and it just knocks the wind out of your sails, like it really does.
Yeah.
And I can remember times where I've just sat down, and both Terry and I, and just deflated.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when we learned that, and you can't move for like an hour and a half or something. You know, you're just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there. It's really, really, really
Disheartening.
devastating.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. So don't ever do that.
Yeah.
And again, that's a trust thing, right?
Absolutely.
And don't call it, you know, that what's the word?
Accountability or something.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
accountability, and
Yeah.
and what gets done is what you follow up, or what there's a
Yeah.
saying,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Not what you expect, what you inspect. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, come on. No, but the thing is, when you give somebody a job to do, the way to follow it up is ask for a report at the end.
Yeah.
You know, like, and they're excited to do it because now they're reporting some victories,
Sure.
and you're going to be happy about it.
Sure.
I just asked Soang to send me a little report on the conference they just finished in Thailand, the national
Yeah.
conference, right?
Fair enough.
And yeah, he's pretty excited to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't feel like it's a lack of trust or a lack of, you know,
Yeah.
something. But he knows that we trust him, and he knows we're proud of what they did, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was pretty amazing. There was a bunch of people baptized.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Very encouraging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, rather than titling this something about micromanaging, we should title it "Keys to Disempower Your People Under You."
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Spy on them,
How to pull the rug out from under.
micromanage them, redo everything that you asked them to do.
So true. So true, eh? Yeah. And I think we've all experienced that. But again, I don't think I've ever met a person that I would say is a micromanager that knew they were a micromanager.
Right.
So it really does come down to an awareness. And how do we know if we're, you know, and I don't know if I even like the word micromanaging.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's a term that I guess everybody understands. But it means that, you know, that not trusting,
It's controlling.
yeah,
really.
controlling, right? And yeah, and discouraging people, thinking that you're doing your job. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. We covered like 5 questions, so it's really good. And the other one, yeah, so in all that, the point isn't to identify the micromanagers in your life. It's to identify if you are a micromanager.
The micromanaging your own life.
We want to bring it back around to self-awareness, because that's really the only way to defeat this thing, to beat this thing,
Yeah.
is for the guy who's doing it to actually realize that he's doing it.
Yeah. And I guess there's degrees too, you know.
Sure
You have-
there is.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
check yourself. You might think that you're over that, but you're still doing a little bit here
Right.
and there.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not the how-to, it's the end result. It's not a matter of following up because you don't trust them or spy on them or anything. It's a matter of becoming aware of how you lead and what people feel. And that's a good question, you know. Maybe you won't even ask the people that you lead, like, how do you feel about my leadership? Yeah, that'd be a dangerous one.
Yeah. I think the other question is this: is your heart to empower people,
Right.
or are you more focused on the project than on the people?
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
think if your heart is to empower people, then you really want them to succeed.
Yes.
And if you're not allowing them to take some risk and make some mistakes, they're never succeed.
Right. And you can succeed to raise great people. And another thing I found is a bit interesting is that even if I totally win this micromanaging thing and I'm just absolutely not micromanaging, that the people that I raise up still have the potential to be micromanagers.
Isn't it true?
Yeah, it is true.
That's the thing that I've found too, that where even guys that I've intentionally not micromanaged,
Right.
and then you watch them and they're doing it to others, and you just wonder about that. But I think it's like you say, they're totally unaware.
Yeah. So anyway, we're just going to leave that with you and become aware, self-aware, and sort it out.